Okay, so this is the end look. And matter of fact, I'm going to zoom in a little. Oops, I'm going to have to look at the camera to do that, sorry. There. So this is the end look. I could have just cut it off on the last video, but I did want to be absolutely complete on some things. So this is the end look of the makeup. Again, that was, first of all, one of the things I was saying at the very end of the last one, when you were doing your mascara, have some sort of cotton swab. What do people call these? Cotton buds. Q-tip is a brand. This is Face Secrets, and they're dual-ended cotton applicators is what they call them. And I like this little case because they're pointy. So should you make a boo-boo, you can easily just put it right on the boo-boo and roll it like that, and it'll come right back off. That's the pointy end. Keep very away from the eyeball, but you can get on the skin real easily. And because it's pointed, it's easier to get to stuff. It is still a cotton swab, but it's pointed, so be careful. And this is both wide. Let me put something dark so you can see. It's both wide that way, and then you turn it that way, and it's skinnier, so you could get underneath real good. And it makes it flat. Can you see that? And so these are really good ones to use to have handy on your dressing table. And again, that's Face Secrets 50 dual-ended cotton applicators. And there's another kind. Oops. This is also Face Secrets. But these are dual-ended eyeshadow applicators. These are little sponge applicators, which I do like to have handy, especially for shimmery stuff. If I don't use my flat shader brush or my finger. If you don't want to use your fingers for makeup, you could use your fingers to do all of your makeup. I did a video on that once. Comment below if you would like to see me do my makeup with my fingers. Again, like if you have no brushes, there's still a way that you can use your fingers, your pinky finger for inner. You can use your ring finger for doing the crease. You can use your middle finger for blending. And for doing the lid for metallics, you can use your forefinger. And again, you can blend with, anyway. And you can do the same thing with blush and contour. You do not have to have a set of brushes. Matter of fact, I didn't ever used to use brushes. I always use applicators, except for blush. I didn't ever use brushes, so I now have a billion of them. But anyway, so these two from Face Secrets, you can get them at the drugstore. I think I got those at either Walgreens or Rite Aid. So I'm sure Walmart and just anybody that you get your makeup from would have that. So another thing I did want to point out, again, a couple of things that I said about when you're putting things on. When you put on hairspray or perfume, really these are last step things. You really should have you should have not yet put your jewelry on. Or either you may want to just take your towel and put it over it and then spray. Or spray in places that it won't touch your jewelry. Like, here's one of the best things for perfume to do, and it really makes it fragrant too, is lift your hair and spray the back of your head and let it just fall on the back of your shoulders. Then your hair picks it up, your neck right here picks it up, and the top of your shoulders. And it's just a nice wafting scent that's not right in front of you. Also, you can lift your shirt. I'm not going to do that right now, but you can get underneath it and just spray like right at your cleavage. And that way, when it gets warm in there, it kind of wafts up. So either, because both these areas, right between your chest right here, your breast, heats up. And then also right back there, heats up. And what that does is it reactivates the scent. So you smell it later. But you don't want to spray things right on your jewelry because it will take finish off. Or if you have real sterling silver, you'll have to make sure that you use a sterling cloth to even get perfume off, because it'll cause a film look on it. Same thing with gold. You would have to use jewelry cleaners to get it off. So same thing with hairspray. Not as much your necklaces, but for earrings, don't put your earrings on before you finish doing your hairspray. So those are just two thoughts. Remember, these products also can be very strong on your lungs. They can also be very damaging to eyes, so just be careful. I know I'm stating the obvious, but you know we all do it, right? So the other thing is, what was I going to say? Oh, on these type of things, if you do a finishing spray, I know that people love Urban Decay's All Nighter. I felt like I was spraying on glue, y'all. I don't want it that strong. I think anything that's slightly damp will set powder. But Fix Plus is really good, but hands down my favorite, because sometimes when I'm just, again, just like this, I keep either one of these in my purse. This, even though it's bigger, they're both about the same weight. They're both kind of heavy. But sometimes it's worth it to have in my purse if I know I haven't been sleeping well lately. You don't want to have a wreck. So it's better to kind of just, you know, kind of wake yourself up. The scent of it wakes you up. It's also resetting, gives you a dewy look until it dries, and then it is setting your spray. Setting your makeup. Again, you can also use this on this one, the Fix Plus, on a brush if you want to make the color, like a metallic or something like that, more vibrant. And this just, it smells so good. Look, how many? And it's easier to me because it's an ongoing spray. It's not, and it's a very fine mist. Like, you might even be able to see it in the air a little bit. But again, look how it gives you a glowy look for a while it's wet, because it's wet. But then when it dries, it kind of melds the look together. So again, that's the Hydra Beauty Essence Mist by Chanel. It's not cheap. I think it's like $100. So whenever somebody gives me a $100 gift card, and I do get that usually, I won't say when, but anyway, I usually do get a $100 gift card, or like $250s, I'll save them and I'll buy that. That'll be my little treat to myself once a year. This lasts forever. Forever, because I don't ever do this every single day, but I do like having it handy. One time I was having, like, for you older ladies, kind of like a hot flash, or if you're just really, it's hot outside, like it was 90 degrees the other day, sometimes I'll do something like this to distract me from how uncomfortable I am in a situation. It doesn't cool you per se, but it is water or whatever. It's wet, and it has such a nice, clean, like a linen-y clean, cottony clean smell. It's a really beautiful smell that it does seem to make me feel better. This is like my feel better spray, y'all. This would be a good investment for you. And for those of you, my fellows who love Chanel products, y'all know that these are just two of my absolute favorite products. But since I can't use this much longer, and then when it runs out, that's it. It'll be these two. Just still like this one the best. I like this okay. It's not as fragrant, and it's not as rich of a cream. But they say it's even better, and that it also helps with age spots. And I need all the help I can get with that. Anyway. So that being said, this is my final look. This is a look that I would do every day, and if I wasn't talking you through it, it wouldn't have taken that long. I would say it takes me 10 to 15 minutes to use my full face, doing my eyes and my contour and blush. And again, today I did use highlighter. I don't always do that. I like this because of the size, and also this nice big mirror. It's very, very nice. All Charlotte Tilbury stuff is. And you can see there's a pattern with the brand that I use, and y'all know better than anybody. I've tried every brand, from drugstore to all the high-end ones. I've tried. When I think of high-end, I think the stuff that you have to get at the department store or their website. And so that would include, for me, the things that I've tried. I'd have to go back and look, but things like Givenchy, Dior, Chanel, Charlotte Tilbury, Chantecaille, which Chantecaille is another one. Y'all know that. Chantecaille, hands down, was I used it for months. The Coral Reef one, it's just like this. It's the large square. I don't know if I have one handy. But it has 4 colors. Just 4 colors. Did I not bring that one in here? I've done so many Chantecaille. Is that it? No. Oops. Let me just reorganize my drawers while you're here. But that's another one where it has 4 colors. It has a highlighter, a transition color, a dark color, and what can double as a blush. It's usually a peachy pink or a peach color. And that Coral Reef is a true corally peach, more orangey, whereas the other ones are more pink, or like a dark pink. And see, this is too. I don't really feel like that looks natural. We don't blush like that. We blush like my favorite blush of all time. But the thing is when you got a face palette, it's just easier. But y'all know my favorite blush of all time is the Chanel. Do I have that handy? The Chanel blush, contour blush is what it's called. Number 202, bronze, rose bronze, rose bronze. Yeah, that looks like the color of when you blush. It is the best blush, and you can use it for contour. It's just kind of an expensive contour because when you do contour under here, like I said, you can use one of those big, even bigger than this, because this is just a powder brush. But when you use a bronzer brush, you can get this whole area so much better. And use one of those larger pans, like a pan that's this big instead of a little blush that big, like Physicians Formula, or who is that other one? Tarte has one. It Cosmetics has one. But they're the large round ones, and they have a good portion of it is the browns, and that it's a good shade of brown that's kind of like a gray undertone to it, so that you don't want the color to come through. You want a shadow like to appear, and that's what you do with contouring. You want a shadow here, and a shadow here, and a shadow here, and a shadow right up here. Why? Because that brings this part of your face right in the center forward, and that's what you want people to focus on, not this. Hey, you are what you are. That's what I'm learning. I want to be healthier, but I don't want to say I can't have any of this. I think it actually makes me look younger. Anyway, so that was a very long, what should be 5 minutes to get ready. I think this is like 5 or 6 videos, but I love y'all. And I'll talk to you again soon. And I hope you've enjoyed this. Is there any one product that I love more than any other? Yes, this. This is I can't live without. I've tried everything else. I keep coming back to this base. So that's my all-time favorite of every product, I think. Of course, I do have to have a liner.